Children of all ages spending hours and hours playing video games, and many parents struggling why. Teenagers today often spend a great deal of video games, and these games are fun and engaging, and young people often feel like playing games great thing to do it in their spare time. However, they shouldn't spend hour and hour too much on playing video games. Video games change our brain structure. According to the Universal of Wisconsin psychologist C. Sean Green, playing video games change our brain physical structure, the same way as we do learn to read, playing piano, or navigating a map. Gaming in this case can mean a kind of videos either online or not unhealthy symptoms. Um, Outgoing disorder should sound familiar to anyone who's read about addictions. In fact, gaming disorder is organized under disorder due to activities behavior. Video games have negative impacts on our brain, other part of the brain which responsible for our sensory, emotions, and visual perception. A survey that we the conduct by the firm of GameSpot concluded the games in the USA spending 13 hours playing video games weekly. And according to the survey, the researchers in 1992, extremely 92% of the US kids between 2 and 17 spending their time by playing video games, and also $6.4 billion of 225 parents paying for their video games. Spending too much video games make our kids antisocial. So by spending too much time on their games, uh, and like computers and their smartphones, children are missing out, and they cannot do more physical activities in their school, outside of the house. So they more adopt to be indoor. There are two significant reasons that I can provide why playing video games is really unhealthy. First, aggressive behavior. Because most of the video games is more warfare, zombie. So kids by playing those video games can scream a lot, talk loudly, and can't be more emotional with their parents and with their friends. So they always look sad and like upset. The second one is example of one of the kids, 14 years old boy who has the psychiatric symptom, which is have a problem with self depression. So this boy spending an hour by playing a video game, so he couldn't really spend too much time with their friends, focusing on their school, so they have academic problem, peer relationship problem. He spends like of 5 or 10 hour online average in a day. He's go to bed 3 a.m. and also weekends is really worse. His parents eventually, because he had a problem about the academic to go to the school, his parents enroll him in online classes. Maybe he can manage the school problem, uh, but Thomas continue to playing online with his computer and his smartphone. So for sure, everything has a positive and negative effects, but we should keep this balance. As we know, kids these days spending too much time on playing video games, and especially common playing online video games with their friends all around the world. This can make them more antisocial, affects on their health, and also physical movement. For example, when I'm meeting the kid outside, or like by family, they really don't want to be more communicate and talk. For example, we went to the for the dinner, and one of them has a two two boys, which is very really cute. But the first thing that they arrive in a restaurant ask about the Wi-Fi, and because the restaurant has their own tablet and just basic game, they couldn't spend too much time on their tablet, and they got upset. So as they really video game capture our kids, they really don't want to spend time outside without them. Even like if they want to go out, they should go read their video games or ask about the Wi-Fi. So this can make their moms upset, also can make all of us unhappy because the kids, it wasn't happy. Like most people, of course, seeing those kids every day in their lives, like friends, family, but video games also is a huge wasting time. It's easy to catch up sitting behind a computer or television and playing, and it seems like just 5 minutes, but when you see when you see the clock, just like 5 hours you're spending time by playing, because this game like already capture you sitting in front of the TV or computer. Unfortunately, kids who play video games hour and hour much more experience having a behavior problems. And one Spanish suggested that children who limited gaming timing hour or 2 hour a week, they're much more lucky. So the best way to push our kids to play video games at least 1 or 2 hour a week is provide them like prizes, gifts, or anything that they wanted. So if the parents wants their kids playing just 1 or 2 hour a week, we should buy like different gifts for their levels and provide them. If you play 1 hour your video game for your first week, you can win this gift, and we should put this level. And also if you continue for 4 week or 1 month, at the end you can get the biggest prize. So as kids really want the gifts, especially the gifts that they really wanted to have it, so they for sure follow to catch the goals. Especially we should put those gifts in front of them, but the place that they cannot touch, so they can't work for their goals every day and just finishing the video games 1 or 2 hours. So we should put more certain rules and be clear with our kids why you have to do this, and if you have to do this you will get the prize, you will do this, or putting some certain rules for them so they can follow it. And if you do it from beginning is much more better, because from the beginning till they grow up they all already become adopt with those rules. Well, you might want to look out for games encourage kids to create something like Little Big Planet, Minecraft, or the games that they can use their imagination to be more creative than just like playing or shooting. We can provide them a creation video games. Kids so those kids can focus it on their school and try to do something physically, creating stuff. Games are really ubiquitous. They can be great for fun, for stress, but spending hour and hour and too much, they can also be drained for your health, their friendship, and also your happiness, as well as no going too much video games for kids under 18 or 18 years old is unhealthy, because cause their brains and they cannot focus on their courses and their school. They might not respond it very fast with delay, they need to think about it. So this is make our kids antisocial. So in future, if we continue like that in future, we should have the kids just know how to play those video games, but they really don't know how to be work with the team, how to create a stuff in a really reality life. So they already know everything in imagination or is not real. In conclusion, I would say that kids shouldn't spend hour and hour on their video games, because these are can affect their brain, their health, their happiness, and also their family and their relationship between their friends and peers. So like when kids started growing up, we should put some certain rules to play 1 hour. uh, Under 10 years old, it's better they shouldn't play any video games, so put them in a sports school activity. But like 10-year old up, we can put the rules to play just like 1 hour or two and provide them some prizes and some gifts that they would like to have it. So these are push our kids to follow the rules. So we believe that everything should work perfectly with certain of rules and organizations. Thank you.